Greetings. It's Sunday. Fun day. 23rd. And there's much changes happening this weekend, this past week, this month, this year. Lots have been going on. We won the battle, finally. What battle is this? It's a cosmic battle. It's a battle that's gone on for trillions of years and began in the Sirius star system, and it has spread to the realm of the Milky Way, where Earth was before 2012. I say that because the part of us, Earth, has been moved out of the abyss. There's parts of Earth and Earthlings that have stayed behind in the abyss. When I say certain terms like the abyss, I assume you know what it meant in the sense of the underworld and the netherworld, or the heavens, hell's realm. And you can also Google them. That's what we create the universe of the World Wide Web for. So everyone can just type in a word and get clarification. But that's just clarification and confirmation of what is already within you. But if you are so blocked and blind, and by, well, people get blind because they haven't come of age yet. People are more blind because they choose to remain blind, asleep, ignorant, not reaching for the consciousness, because the hands of God is always reaching out for you. All you have to do is grab hold of God's hand and show or heal. God's generalist, but my God is a man and also a woman, because my understanding of God is a balanced parent. Not my physical, biological parents, because that's infallible and they're not perfect. Anyway, so then people always say God is the father, God the mother. Well, God is both. They take turns. They're both. They act as one, but in opposite expression. So you go for one thing, and you go to the other one thing, but you don't go to the other for something he's not like. If you need money, you go to mother. If you need how to make money, you go to father, and he'll show you how to get money. But the thing that money is from mother, the feminine. But the feminine is not going to give it to you if you're not ready and earned it yet. But the father is more lenient, and he'll, show you how to make it the quick way. But the way to have things you want is through the mother, the feminine. The feminine has an interesting way to. That's another story. But we created the universe of the World Wide Web, of your internet, of this, so that you can access easily, freely, supposedly. But what we don't understand is why you still are not awakened fully as a planetary body and a human race. Some have, but the rest we have to leave behind in the abyss. One day we'll come back to them, but at this time, it's just disappointing that not many have come to realization of our oneness and unity. I am here, but it's not easy being here in your sphere. the system that my lesser sons and daughters have created to keep you bound to their lower vibration and domination. That's what Anno Domini is. Anno Domini, year of domination. It's been over 2,000 years. Do you think you can let that go? Or do you still need domination? I have a really masculine energy. And I have a very feminine expression as well, because I'm a girl. I like little trinket things, jewelry, be pretty things. Makeup, just dress up. But the society judges when you brush it up. If I were to dress fully, you get certain name. If I dress less, you get certain stereotypes, like this girl's that, she's a bitch, she's a whatever, right? And that has nothing to do with me, but this has everything to do with the person who pass on judgment. So there's a girl that does makeup that says you put on non-judgmental, you put on self-esteem, you put on love, life, joy. And this is me. We put in that. But I enjoy myself when I don't have makeup. And when I do have makeup, it's just extension of me. Now we are still working on what motivates you humans as I, through this human vehicle, to understand the thing that drives your inner desires. And we know that. We just can't show you how unless you accept our hands. The hands of God is always reaching out. And you're in quicksand, the human race, to just reach out and we will pull you up. But most just likes to be in their suffocation, sleepness, whatever this word's called in this language of yours. We have sent many emissary, you can see it through Stuart Wilde, in Abraham Hicks, in the millions of light workers or healers and speakers and actors and representatives that have come forth to raise the awareness and vibration. So this vehicle is just one of these voices to awaken. But we come to the conclusion that it's not enough, or it's just not your time. So you also have to accept that it is not your time. That you've chosen the certain body, so that body will block you from even caring about ascension and awareness. For those people, we feed them GMO's food. We feed them garbage food because that's what they ask for. And they serve a purpose. Can't tell you what purpose that is, but they'll soon reveal themselves. Now, with the plan for America for the next 10-20 years, it's not a godly sight. So this video is just warning to those like me. The vessel is not perfect. And she has a particular persons that she prefer to keep safe. And she will get them amnesty for them. Like the story, in the Hunger Games that we have just released. All the movies in the theaters and in TVs and medias, we control. Because you humans have proven yourself to be easily manipulated through these things, a propaganda. Now, you don't see the propaganda in Hunger Games? wake up. Not many people are aware there's a propaganda and a storytelling in Dracula Untold, and in many other movies. That Interstellar is one. A girl walks home alone one night. I know there's lots of movies. You can't watch them all, but there's key ones that has more of their hands in that working, but they fail to tell you that they are using you to create their future reality while telling you of a fictional scenario. Well, Hunger Games, Mockingjay, is part recreating a future and part telling of a past, because the truth of the Mockingjay is really about the phoenix. And what is the symbol of the phoenix is that which resurrect from its ashes. Now, if you go back to what is phoenix, it's a symbol of our Lyran Empire. And so with the Lyran Empire, we fell long aeons ago. We burned to ashes. But the phoenix was our symbol that eventually, over time, and from the ashes, we shall resurrect into a new and young bird. That animal phoenix never dies. It rises from its own ashes. What does that mean? You know how a mushroom comes from the shit of things, or how a tree falls and dies and becomes stuff, and then things new come from that with just right elements of water, wind, love, caring, sunshine, whatever it needs to create a new tree. But nothing is ever destroyed. It's a constant change and transformation of form. But the form can be the same, similar, different, or completely different. Which is this new Earth? It's the 5th version. Oh, really? Yes. The first one, the cat race. There's a cat and dog fight. Sound like there's this race is kind of like canine, and this other race is like feline, and the cat and dog is and the dog was just this, and the cat was like, misunderstanding. There's communication and understanding, and so the cat retaliate and bombed the dog planet, and each bombed the planet, and eventually they both blew themselves up, right? And blown themselves up. So just remind. That's not the real beginning, but that's just remind me of anyway. So I know it's confusing if you don't. It's funny because you see the whole story, but okay, there's a dog fight. So they both blew themselves up and all the planet up, that thing decomposed in bodies and changes, and so from that the ones that was watching from outskirt, saw that okay, and so they recreate a second planet called Avyon. The first one's Avyon, so they built second planet, and they renamed Avyon in memory of the first. And that was short-lived again too, because they didn't learn the lesson, because when they didn't remember what they did before, and so they destroy themselves again using black magic. It's all black magic. Okay, so when I laughed first was because the really original story, when I got this from the Nag Hammadi library, the ancient scroll text, and also library of Isis, the Chaldean text, and all these ancient libraries that you can get from physical, which is not much available or translated. But in the etheric and the Akashic records, Akasha, which is part of my higher self speaking right now to you, Akasha, the Akashic records, where her name from, and